Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Timeless video. So today we are playing some Grixis red, blue, black wizards. So this is a kind of wizards tribal deck, although it does run other creatures as well, that combines wizards such as Tishana's Tidebinder, which we've seen in Explorer a couple of times. So this is a 3/2 with flash that when it enters the battlefield, counter up to one target activated or triggered ability. If an ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker is countered this way, that permanent loses all abilities for as long as Tidebinder remains on the battlefield. So this can blank a lot of powerful cards in the format, but also, crucially, it stifles fetch land triggers, so you can essentially just Stone Rain the opponent by playing this at instant speed. So that's one of our wizards, and then the other one is Snapcaster Mage, which is a 2/1 for 2 with flash. When it enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback. Until end of turn, the flashback cost is equal to its mana cost, so this used to be an absolute powerhouse of Modern until, like many other cards, it got power crept out, and the ability to just recur any of your counter spells. So we are running 4 counter spells, running 4 lightning bolts, running 4 brainstorm. The ability to just get back whatever you need and play it again with Snapcaster Mage is incredibly powerful. But our kind of payoff spell in this deck is Flame of Anor from Lord of the Rings. So this is 1 blue-red for an instant that says choose one. If you control a wizard as you cast the spell, you may choose two instead. Target player draws 2 cards, destroy target artifact, or deal 5 damage to target creature. So that's, just on its own, choosing one of those is okay, but if you have a wizard, this becomes an incredibly powerful spell. The ability to remove an opponent's creature and draw 2 cards, or destroy an artifact, whatever it may be, this can suddenly do a heck of a lot for a very cheap mana cost, and then if you can potentially flash it back using Snapcaster Mage, then you are pretty much in for a good time. So yeah, it's a kind of Grixis spells deck. So as well as the ones I've talked about, we are running 4 copies of Memory Lapse, so the counter spell that puts it back on top of the opponent's library rather than in the graveyard. A Shieldred's Edict, just as a little bit of additional removal. And then our other creatures are 4 copies of Orcish Bowmasters, so you may have spotted we've played this card in all of the decks we've played so far. Really is one of the most powerful cards in the format. 1/1 with flash, whenever it enters the battlefield, or whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, it deals 1 damage to any target, and then amass Orcs 1. And our other creature is 2 copies of Shieldred the Apocalypse, and this synergizes nicely with the One Ring, so we are running 3 copies of that. So for those who haven't seen this card before, it's 4 mana legendary artifact with Indestructible. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose a life for each burden counter on it, and then you can tap it to put a burden counter on it, then draw a card for each burden counter on it, so it kind of spirals, draws you more cards, but then makes you lose more life each time you activate it. Obviously, with Shieldred, then that is a much more profitable exchange because you are gaining 2 life with each of the cards you draw as well. But just on its own, it provides very handy protection for a turn, and then just some solid card advantage as the game continues. And then we are also running 3 copies of Lorien Revealed, so this is one of the cycling lands from Lord of the Rings. So it is technically a 5 mana sorcery that draws you 3 cards, but more often than not we will be using it for its island cycling ability, so you can discard it for the cost of 1 generic mana to search your library for an island, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So we will be doing that fairly often. And then our mana base, we have 1 copy of Xander's Lounge, and then some Shock Lands. We do need to be able to hit a lot of islands in this deck. We have heavy blue mana requirements, even more so when you look at the sideboard. So our fetch lands are Polluted Delta and a couple of Flooded Strands, as well as Bloodstained Mire. So we are running a couple of off-colour fetch lands deliberately, just to have as many as possible that allow us to get the blue mana that we need. Then in the sideboard, we're running 1 copy of Stern Scalding as an additional counterspell, 2 Unholy Heat, so 2 damage to any creature or planeswalker, but if we have Delirium, which we will often have in this deck, then we do 6 damage instead. Then Pithing Needle to shut down a particular problematic card that the opponent has. Relic of Progenitus is some graveyard hate for us. Stone of Eric does a similar kind of thing. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead, and you can sacrifice it to exile a player's graveyard and draw a card. another Shieldred's Edict. Then we are running a couple of Archmage's Charms in the sideboard, so hence the heavy blue mana requirements. So this is a 3 blue mana instant that says choose one, counter target spell, target player draws 2 cards or gain control of target non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. So again, a very useful card with lots of utility. Stealing things like Ragavans can be very powerful, so that's worth keeping an eye on. Narset Parter of Veil, shutting down our opponent's card draw, and then mass removal in the form of Extinction Event and Languish. And then we are running one alchemy card in the sideboard, so please don't hate me for this, but we won't see it too often. But a Kalim Jin Emperor, a 5/6 legendary Jin Noble with flying of Ward 2, and then it has various abilities that allow you to kind of discard it, conjure another one into your library, and eventually return it to the battlefield from the graveyard. But we won't go into the details of that too much. We will only be bringing that in against decks where we need to particularly kind of maximize our card advantage and kind of up tempo the opponent. So that is also in the sideboard. So yeah, that is Grixis Wizards. I'm looking forward to using this deck. Flame of Anor is one of my favourite cards from the Lord of the Rings set. Very powerful, so let's see how it does in the Timeless format. So thank you very much for watching. Plenty more decks to come. We will be going back to Explorer in the next video, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, hit those like and subscribe buttons as ever. And let's go onto the ladder and see how we go on with this. Okay, let's take the play. Ugh. The opponent's on a Lurus deck. I actually don't think this is the worst hand because we can shuffle away brainstorms we don't want. So let's pass the turn for the moment. Let's cast Brainstorm number 1. Let's pop back 1 Brainstorm and a land. Polluted Delta, pass the turn. So the opponent's on Grixis colours as well. So let's fetch our Xander's Lounge. Now I'll play Flooded Strand and have Counterspell and Tidebinder available. Seems pretty decent. Okay. So let's crack this fetch land. Let's grab a Steam Vents. And I think I'm happy to just draw 2 cards here. Okay, that's fine. Flame of Anor can just go on top of our library. So we'll play another fetch land, pass the turn. Okay, well let's... Let's just not here, I don't think. Okay, we'll crack the fetch. Let's go get Mystic Sanctuary. Pop Counterspell back on top of our library. I think we can brainstorm here. Yep, that's pretty good. So let's put back land and Flame of Anor. Happy to just draw the land, I think, here. Now we can lightning bolt their channeler. Excellent. Okay. So we'll have both of our spells available, I think, to us. Okay, what's our opponent up to here, I wonder? Okay, well, let's just Flame of Anor again. I will counterspell their Snapcaster Mage. So they are also running some sort of Grixis spells deck. That I will memory lapse, I think. Very well. So let's just draw 2 cards again. Okay, well that's pretty decent. Interesting that they're not running any fetch lands by the look of it. If they're not, I'm not convinced by playing Brainstorm, to be honest, but... Okay, let's play the One Ring. Pass the turn. Yep, Soul Guide Lantern is a card. Okay, they're just cycling through cards at the moment. Ah, so they're a Field of the Dead deck. Okay, that makes sense. Now it's all becoming clear. Okay, well, let's lightning bolt this. Draw with the One Ring. Okay, Edict's not bad, so let's pass the turn as we are. Let them impulse. Okay, so they get a zombie off their Field of the Dead. Shame Tashana's Tidebinder doesn't blank Field of the Dead's ability. That would be fun, but... hopefully they will try and draw another card at some point. Yep, okay. Well, let's respond with Orcish Bowmasters. Ping down that. Do it again. Okay, in comes Lurus. So let's draw with the One Ring. Pass the turn, I think, here. Okay. Don't have anything they could do with Lurus at the moment. Okay. Let's get ready to play Shieldred's Edict. Non-token creature. Let's draw with the One Ring. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's play another Orcish Bowmasters. Now I think we can play Shieldred. No, we have Counterspell backup. Let's send in the clowns. Now let's draw again with the One Ring. Happy to discard a Bloodstained Mire here, I think. So we're in pretty good shape. Yes, you may have another 2/2. Tainted Pact. Exile the top card of your... repeat this process. No, I think we can memory lapse that. Brainstorm. Let's pop back a Lorien Revealed and a land. Go up to 20, crack our fetch land. Go fetch a Watery Grave. What are we doing now? So we don't have a wizard at the moment, but that's fine. So let's attack with these two. Let's Ottawa one of these away. Let's draw with the One Ring. Need to be a little careful of our library here, but I think we're doing okay. So we'll play another Maya. Pass the turn discarding Lorien Revealed, and Tashana's Tidebinder. Now let's counterspell that. Okay, excellent. So the opponent's on a sort of Grixis field Tainted Pact deck. So I quite like... What do I like here? Maybe Languish. A couple of Unholy Heats for their zombies. Yeah, I think that's decent, and I'm happy to take out a couple of Flames and one Lorien Revealed, I think, here. But apart from that, I think this deck can do reasonably well against what they've got going on. Okay, we're back for game 2. Yep, this is a decent hand. Let's play Bloodstained Mire, I think, initially. Go and fetch ourselves a Xander's Lounge. Happy to follow up with Island, so we've got all of our spells available apart from the One Ring, obviously. Yeah, sure. No, not a draw spell, unfortunately. Yeah, let's play Bowmasters. Nice. Okay, that is a good answer to Orcish Bowmasters. So they do have some fetch lands, fair enough. Now let's crack our own. Grab a Watery Grave. So I don't think we're playing the One Ring into 4 open mana. Seek new knowledge, seek 2 non-land. Yep. Sure thing. So there's a lot of durdling going on, just waiting for something to happen, really. Okay, it's a treasure cruise in our future, fair enough. Well, let's counterspell that. Okay, this I am obviously willing to fight over, so let's go fetch another island. Counterspell their test of talents. Now let's have counterspell back on top of our library. Play Brainstorm. Let's pop back Lightning Bolt and the One Ring, I think, here. Pass the turn. So let's play Flame of Anor. Fair enough. Yep, I'll just pass the turn again. Okay, well let's Tidebinder that and prevent a draw. Gives us a threat on the board as well, and we still have counterspell. Okay, let's attack with Tidebinder. Pass the turn. That'd be okay. Just want the one mode here. Counter target non-creature spell. No, we'll counter spell that. So, do they have anything they can cast with Lurrus? Not at the moment, so I think let's just play the One Ring. Draw with the One Ring. Pass the turn. Okay. So I'll Lightning Bolt Lurrus. Okay, well let's Lightning Bolt Lurrus again. What have I got in my graveyard? I do have counter spells, so let's play Snapcaster Mage. Give our counter spell flashback. Counter spell their Swan Song. It is fun to see Swan Song, actually. Now let's draw twice with the One Ring. Play a Steam Vents tapped. Okay, we're in a fairly dominant position here. Okay, we'll go to attacks. We'll just keep the train rolling. Yeah, that's fine. It's not that interesting. Draw again. I think those are pretty good cards to just keep. So let's drop a Bowmasters into play here. Yep, very good. Okay, we got that. Wizards, wizards, wizards. Okay, on to match 2. It is interesting, isn't it, how much longer all of these matches take in Timeless as opposed to our average Explorer match length. I mean, it's a great format, but there are a lot of decision points that have to be made. So the opponent's on black, so could be the mono-black Necropotent style deck. Okay. Looks like it is. The Mind Stone, sure thing. Okay. Well, they are ramping hard. So let's crack the land, grab an island, play Orcish Bowmasters. Now, I think I might just be happy to take out their Worn Power Stone here. Grab a Watery Grave. Use Flame of Anor against that, just destroy one of their mana sources. Yeah, I quite like that. Okay, Khan it is.
You will not threaten this world.
Okay, so they have the One Ring. I don't have any counter spells, so yep, let's pop that back on top. Let's play our own One Ring. Punch Khan down to 1 loyalty.
Retribution will be swift.
But we do have an ace in the hole, and that is our Shieldred.
Say hello to my
So I can't activate the One Ring at the moment. So I think what I should do is just Lightning Bolt Khan while they're tapped out.
There is always another fight.
And pass the turn. Okay, they have their own Iron Crag. Yep. So I will draw in response. Okay, they've got a lot going on here. We need more land, we need more land. Okay, let's just drop Shieldred. Draw with the One Ring. That will allow them to use Bowmaster, but... we unfortunately are stuck without our land drops. At least Shieldred is slowly killing them here. What are they doing? What are they doing? Chalice on 2. Interesting. Okay, well... I mean, I need to kill their Orcish Bowmaster here, so let's do that. Now let's brainstorm. Okay, so land is good. Let's pop back some of our 2 mana spells we can't play. Shuffle them away. Alright, I will work out eventually why I can't crack my fetch land. Is it Khan Silex? Players can't... yeah, fair enough. Can't spend life, that makes sense. Okay, let's discard a memory lapse here then. So they draw down to 2. Yep, okay. We did get them there. That was a bit of a weird game, but... okay, how do I want to play this? So I think Narset against the One Ring is fine. Everything else I think is pretty much as standard. Ditch a Lightning Bolt and just play it as is, I think. No fetch land, but this will do. Blast zone, sure thing. Chalice on 1. Okay, well that's not hugely problematic for my deck. Let's go get steam vents. Guardian Idol, I do not care about, I don't think. Okay, let's play Bowmaster. Play Steam Vents. Okay, let's flash in a Tidebinder here just to add some more pressure to the board. Swamp and Pass is fine, I think. This I will memory lapse, I think. Sure thing. Now, hopefully, they might try and play something like the One Ring, which we can counter. No. Yeah, well, I will drop another Tidebinder. Lorien revealed is not terrible. Okay, let's counterspell Bowmaster number 2. Pass the turn. Okay, let's crack Polluted Delta, get Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, I don't have 3 islands, that's awkward. Okay, well, let's just pretend that never happened. Oh yeah, Ottawa is not an island. Okay, let's cycle our Lorien revealed. Grab another island. Okay, so Flame of Anor is probably sufficient here, so let's draw 2 and take out their Bowmaster. Blank this. So they've got a lot of mana. What are they going to do with it is the question. Okay, they're going to need to survive another turn if that's going to do anything for them. Okay. So let's Flame of Anor again. Excellent. Okay, there we are. Our wizards came in handy. And I think that puts us up to platinum. Okay, very good. So yeah, made a decent start with Timeless there over 3 different videos. So yeah, do let me know what you think of those decks in the comments. Are you enjoying the format? Would you want to see any more? As I say, we will be doing some more Explorer in the next video, so back to the kind of regular scheduling, but we'll come back to Timeless here and there to maybe a video a week or something like that. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying this format, so as I say, let me know what you think in the comments. Here's the deck list one more time, Grixis Wizards. Thank you very much for watching, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you next time.